a statement this year playing with the big leaguers, and that would be former first-round picks Jack Caglione and Gavin Cross, and also Cam Devaney, shortstop, who played well, John Rave, who's had some good minor league seasons. But it's good to see the first rounders coming through like Cross and Caglione, and having just spent a couple of days in Kansas City and returning back today. That's all everyone wants to talk about in KC right now is Jack Caglione.
No doubt about it. Everybody wants to know, media, fans, where's he going to start the year? And you know, they're wild-eyed, optimistic fans that thought, you know, you come off a football season where a guy can walk off a college field and first game of the next year he's a star in the NFL. Doesn't work that way in baseball. There've been, you could count on about maybe 5 or 6 hands the number in 100 however many years of baseball how many guys have not had to play in the minor leagues. And Jack is on that lengthy list of guys. That includes George Brett, by the way, that spent time in the major leagues as Jack was option, but he did a lot.
They turned an 83-win season into a trip to the Fall Classic. Hampson takes a curveball down and away on the edge for a called strike. He thought that was ball 4, and he was making his way to first, but rung up by Willie Traynor. So Lugo threw a lot of curveball. Here's the 1-strike pitch. Swing and a soft liner is hit right to Pasquantino at first. So the Diamondbacks go down in order against Seth Lugo in the top of the first inning. No score. As a leadoff single. And that'll bring up Bobby Witt Jr. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a line drive into left center field. That's down. India will make the turn and go to third. And Graham, the Witt Jr., slides into second base with a hustling double. So this is what the Royals had in mind with Jonathan India coming over from Cincinnati, getting on base in front of Bobby Witt Jr. And with India's speed, he's not going to slow down Bobby when. And now 2 runners are in scoring position for Vinny Pasquantino. Sure, he would love a single and drive in 2. He would love to hit a 3-run home run, but the reason why he piled up so many RB7 over 5 months, the pitch. Salvi hits a fly ball to right. That'll be deep enough. Hurley goes back to right. Jogs down from third. And the Royals lead 2-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Well, if there's an equivalent to a defender's mindset, make the plays you should make. Under 900. Little check swing back to Lugo, who bobbles, recovers, throws wide, and Vinny goes into the splits for an out. So that was not the most graceful play you'll ever see than any other team. Pinto swings and lines it into left field in between Blanco and the line, and it's going to go all the way to the chain link fence. And Pinto will jog into second base with a 2-out double. We're talking about 4-win season into a trip to the World Series, and they improved by 5 games last year but missed the postseason. Their pitching struggled with go the other way, and he got it in between Hampson and Lawler, and Isbell's at first base with 1 down.
We've seen Kyle have some big hits like that to the opposite field in timely situations throughout his young.
With 2 home runs, big right-hand batter swings and lines it into left field for a hit. 1 hop to the left fielder Graham. Isbell stops it. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a line drive left field. That's down for a hit. Here's Isbell around third. The throw goes to third, but there's nobody there. So Weimer will round third and score. And now a throw back to second base, and India is going to be caught in a rundown. Second, nobody at third base. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a ground ball off of Lugo's leg, ricocheting to India at third. He throws, not in time. To a 1-5-3 out, and now we all stare into the Royals dugout to see if anyone's going to come out and check on Lugo. And Lugo immediately said he was fine, so he may have gotten a glove on it, but it was a comebacker to him. And He almost ended up getting it out anyway, so it'll be an infield single for Hurley. 1-on-1 out. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss on a slow curveball that was 72 miles an hour. And Lugo strikes out his third, so he works around the infield single. And at the end of 2.5 in surprise, the Royals lead Arizona 4-0. Third.
It's good to see. So he's had a quiet spring at the plate. There's no panic, obviously, with a guy with his kind of track record. But he hit that ball with authority, and Eric points out 111 off the bat. He loves to hit it hard, and it's good to see.
And so far, so good today. Lawler grounds it back to Lugo, who will step and throw to second. Out there, Massey to first in time for an inning double play. Nelson's pitch is swung on, and a crack bat and a bloop up the right field line is going to drop fair. Isbell makes the turn and holds, and now a throw back to first, and Isbell gets to the bag in time. So that was a really good aggressive play by Isbell, and base runners are running hard, forcing a play by the defense, and Isbell has a leadoff single. Tyrone Blanco lines it to center field. That's going to be down. Isbell had to freeze about halfway in between first and second, and he'll move up 90 feet. Blanco is 1 for 2, and now the Royals have 9 hits in 3 innings plus 2 batters against Ryan. Everybody moves up 90 feet, and the bases are loaded with nobody out for Jonathan India. And the Diamondback.
It had a similar pattern early. The Royals 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. They were up 4-0, and they stayed there.
And Weimer come around to score, and now the Royals lead 8-0. And Jonathan India is 3 for 3 with 2 singles, a double, a run scored, and 4 RBI at bats.
I mean, it would have to be the final week generally when you start getting 4 or 5 at bats. A very good point. But we are in that time of spring where it could happen. A couple of years, and the team right before you takes him, and you're just like.
Junior runs, and Massey lines it to right. Bobby slid into second base, but he pops up, and he'll go to third.
And guys that almost came to physical violence at each other. So wait a minute, we've been following this guy for 4 years, and we're.
So that would have been what, 2, 4, 6 percentage so far is about 440. Here's the 2-strike pitch, and he swings, he gets jammed, but he bloops it into center field, and that's going to be down in front of McCarthy while missing the last 5 weeks of the season. The pitch, and Vinny hits a ground ball to second. That'll drive in a run. Vargas fields and throws to first. Junior goes to third, and the Royals lead 1-0. And that's how Vinny drove in a lot of runs last year, just making sure he got 1 run. Lugo sets up on the first base side of the rubber. Overhead windup, and the pitch. And a curveball is in for a called third strike. And that's Lugo's second called third strike with a curveball. And there are 2 down in the second inning. Seth Lugo had a career season and then some last year, finishing second in the American League for the Cy Young Award. Here comes a guy with a rocket launcher strapped to his shoulder, and here come all the bullets. Base hit left field for Isbell at the top of the order. So it's Jonathan India for the second time, and he led off the tag from the catcher Pinto. But there was a mix-up on the infield, and both the shortstop Hampson and the third baseman Lawler figured to be a relay man from left field, but the throw went to third, and there was nobody there. So likely that'll be the series with Arizona last year at Kauffman Stadium. Bobby swings and belts it to left. Deep, hooking into the corner, fair and gone. And now the Royals lead 5-0 in the third inning. That's Bobby's third spring training home run. So he has a double and a home run in his first first 2 at-bats. And that brings up Vinny. Vinny had an RBI ground out to second his first time up. De La Cruz had a cycle last year, the year before, so the Royals are on the hook now. Line, base hit into left field, just over Hampson. And Salvi, who had a sac fly in the... Now Lugo has gone 4 scoreless innings. And at the end of 3.5, the Royals lead 5-0. Swings, and it's a ground ball, base hit into right. Isbell again had to freeze to make sure it went through. Taking batting practice today against Ryan Nelson.
He's going to play defensively. Tells you a lot about how they felt about him as a ball player and as a person.
The pitch, swing and a line drive, fair, just inside the left field line, all the way down into the corner, and Jonathan India is going to drive in 3.
They save it for Cleveland on the 27th. Yesterday, the Royals had an 8-run second inning, and on their way to a big win over Colorado, and I'm feeling the same way about this one right now.
Jeff Bannister line and comes in sidearm. Ground ball up the middle and into center field. Here's India around third to score. Bobby Witt Jr. drives. Speaking of the cycle, all he needs is a triple, and the Royals lead is 9-0 in the 4th inning.
I don't remember any spring training cycles. Do you? With the Royals?
Probably trying to be too quick in fielding a ball that he didn't have to be too quick with, and so the ball didn't stick in the webbing. It went off the heel of the glove, and then he slipped a bit when he was planning to throw, and that made the throw wide. But for 3 with his first hit, and the Royals have runners at first and third.
I mean, he would tell in that first and online, and everything's very transparent now.
Massey runs. The pitch is outside. The throw down to second is going to be in time for a rundown. Massey hits the brakes, and now Junior is going to be caught in a rundown in between home and third. The catcher Pinto has the ball to the third baseman Lawler, to the second baseman Vargas, back to the shortstop Hampson. So Bobby made Arizona.
Yeah, just try to do everything you can just to be ready for everything today, and then just try to get better and just be as ready as possible.
How are you feeling a couple days now after the
good
4-on?
100%.
Yeah.
And more if I could, but yeah, it was great. Feel good. Trainers did a great job. Everyone did a great job, and just feel like got the blessing that I'm back ready. And so
did it go? I mean, did the feeling go away? Got some pain go away pretty quickly?
Yeah.
Or?
Next day I felt good. And so yeah, now just taking it day by day, just trying to get ready for day 1.
Results today and lately, everything looks really good. But how do you feel with your swing right now?
Yeah, I feel good. I'm just trying to, just try to stay as locked in as possible, take things one day at a time, and really just try to get prepared as possible. And so I think the preparation is key. It's kind of like we're just building the foundation. Like you're building a skyscraper, you build down first, and that's where we're at. And so trying to just keep going up from here.
Seems like the offense as a whole, I know you didn't play yesterday, but it was similar to what it was today. And today with you guys, it seems like things are clicking right now. Is that a good sign now that we're a week and a half away from opening day?
Yeah, 100%. Guys are getting confident, comfortable, and so that's just where you want to be and going into the season. And you just got to keep it running and keep it rolling. Just know what feels good when things are going good, and then know how to adjust whenever things are not going good. And so just really just kind of doing that, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
I feel like I've asked you this spring already, but hitting behind India, and it seems like he's had an awesome spring. What's that been like for you?
Yeah, it's been great. Just him seeing pitches, him getting on base, him doing his thing, and then just with him in front and Vinny behind me, it's going to be a great lineup. And so just from top to bottom, the lineup just grows. Just everyone's getting better, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
How did you feel out there today?
I felt pretty good. I felt like I was, mechanics were well, I was moving down the mound well, and executing pitches well. So pleased with the outing.
Fairly efficient, I think 65 and 5, and right where you kind of want to be.
Yeah, we talked after the 4th that pitch count was a little low, so tried to nibble a little bit that last inning just to get a few extra pitches in.
Yeah, is it just as important, like the ups versus the pitch count, or like how do you kind of do that?
I mean, I personally think the ups are a little more important than the pitch count. That many ups and sticking with the game plan, and it's kind of more game-like than just X amount of pitches.
And with the season like a week away now, it's almost a week away. How are you feeling individually, and then just as a team, are you guys kind of ready to get out of here?
I feel good. I'm ready to go. One more start down here, but yeah, I think everybody in here is itching to get going for real. Offense has been swinging well. I've been feeling good. I think a lot of other guys in here are as ready as I am to be finding the real ones.
Yeah. What did you think when Cole was announced as the opening day starter for the second time? I just wonder kind of what you've seen from him over the past year or so being with senior team.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. It's a really cool honor. Obviously I wanted it, but I know his stuff on a bad day is better than my best stuff. So, he earned it, and I'm happy for him and proud of him, and ready to see what he can do.
Having you guys kind of at that 1-2s, and then even Walker coming in, how do you feel like that sets you guys up as a rotation?
It puts us in a good spot. We all have our different ways of pitching, and I think that's going to keep hitters off balance in the series. So I think that's important. But also, we're really in tune with what each other's doing as far as game planning, and it's a good group to be a part of.
Your offense is ready for the real thing?
I certainly hope so. I mean, that's really encouraging, right? Nelson's a good major league pitcher. They had good looks at him, and nice to get out of the gate quickly too.
Yeah. India and Bobby, I feel like we've asked you this before, but just the 1-2 punch at the top of the lineup certainly seemed like that was working well today.
Yeah, India's spring's been incredible. Bobby, we know what he can do. Power, speed. The better the at bats just keep getting better and better. I think he truly has been in kind of a build up towards the season, really happy with both of those guys.
I think when someone gets 3 hits, they don't need the extra at bat. Is that kind of how you view it?
Yeah, and with the deeper they get into these games, I was more concerned with them just staying on their legs another through 6 innings, and then we have a plan for this week to keep building them up.
What do you think of Esteves' second time out?
Yeah, he's going to get more and more comfortable every time. That ball's off the end of the bat, gets down the line, and then he was pretty good after that.
And Lugo seemed
really efficient. Got swings and misses. Located. Low pitch count, working quickly. So a lot like we usually see with him.
He said after the 4th inning, his pitch count was lower, so he went out for the 5th and nibbled a little bit. Was that?
It doesn't surprise me because I looked up and saw 20 pitches in the last inning. I figured he was trying to do something.
It's just like it's crazy.
Probably because he didn't want to go to the bullpen and throw more.
Yeah, that's. And then I just wanted to ask you about Biggio and Castro on the outfield. I think that was the first time we've seen that. What's the purpose there? What do you want to see?
We know they can do it. They've done it plenty in their career, but we just want to get them exposed to it here. Like we said, we're still making decisions on the roster. And we've had so many people that we've been trying to get in the outfield. The opportunities aren't there, and I've been trying to get them starts. So they're coming off the bench in this game to get some, more at bats, but also a different look in the outfield.
Anything stand out?
Harold made a nice play. It's a routine fly ball, but to keep the ball down and get it to the plate, that's all he could do on that ball.